Hi, fans of high-quality entertainment. By the way, if you notice me grimacing or whatever during this video, it's because I hurt my neck last night when I was sleeping. I'm gonna be okay. Don't worry about me, even though I've already got chronic pain. Anyway, up next, I'm ranking and reviewing all of the Beatles albums, and next is an album called Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. That's a hard name to remember. With the iconic gatefold. And I think this might have been, it was so long ago, I don't remember. But I think this was one of the first albums that was actually mine. And from what I remember, even on the first listen, I can't say I loved it, but I really enjoyed it. I was maybe a little confused with some songs like Within You, Without You, because I'd never really heard too much sitar music, a little bit on Revolver, of course, but this was like more than what I'd ever heard before. But after 2 or 3 listens, I absolutely loved the album. And of course, a few years back, this very cool box set came out with a new remix of Sgt. Pepper in stereo and mono. So I've heard all of the versions of this, of course. I've got the mono from the Beatles mono box set. I played quite a bit. I played the regular 2009 remaster, and then the remix and the remix mono I've played many times. I think overall, I don't know about you, what is your favorite mix of Sgt. Pepper? I think overall, I really love the remix by Giles Martin. I think he did a great job on it. Now, it's probably no surprise that I'm going to give this album an A+, and I'll show you my ranking in a second. But I really did think this over, especially the song rankings, because one thing I have to kind of put out of my mind when I'm listening to these songs is, especially John Lennon is known to kind of put down some of his Beatles songs, like Good Morning, he called filler, and Being for the Benefit of Mr. Kite, he mainly got from a well-known story about getting it from a circus poster, a lot of the lyrics. And even a song like Lovely Rita, it's such a great song, and even I sometimes don't consider it one of the Beatles' best, but it's just the Beatles have so many great friggin' songs. But I have a new appreciation for Good Morning, I always loved it, right, as a kid and into the 70s, and then reading what John said, kind of, in your mind, it kind of makes you think less of the song because John thinks less of the song. But sometimes John could be wrong. And I especially love the guitar solo in Good Morning by Paul McCartney. He was such a great guitarist. He also, of course, did the intro for Sgt. Pepper. So this is my song ranking for the songs, from my least favorite to my favorite, but I love every song. And with this remix by Giles Martin, I love how the guitars are more up front on the opening track, and that's why it's up further in the list. But between that song, the opening song, and the reprise, I love the reprise just a tad more because it just rocks. I love it so much. Kind of wish it was longer. It's just over a minute long. So for my song rankings, it's kind of changed since listening to this a couple more times. And with my new headphones and listening to the remix, I have a new, well, I've always loved the songs, but I still have a new appreciation for Good Morning, Lovely Rita, I think it's a very underrated Beatles song. She's Leaving Home. They're all just so good. And so I would love your thoughts on, like, how would you rank, what are your 3 favorite songs on Sgt. Pepper, and what is your least favorite song? I know that some people, like I said, don't like the Indian music on Within You, Without You, but I've always loved it, almost right from the beginning, especially that middle section, the instrumental section. And it's definitely an A+. And even though Revolver is so awesome, I'm going to rank it above Revolver because I think this was such a monumental release. Everything about it, the cover, the production, A Day in the Life, still I think my favorite song of all time. And yeah, so it goes to the top. For now, at least. And that is it. It was also, I think maybe younger fans of the Beatles don't realize just what this meant on release. The cover was just so incredible. Never seen anything like that before. And then having the Beatles on the back, with all of the lyrics, which had never been on a Beatles album before. And then besides that, you got this incredible gatefold, which you would spend hours staring at as you listened to the album. And then you had this stupid thing inside, which even I thought was kind of silly back when I was 9 years old. But I get there was humor in this too, of course. It wasn't meant to be taken too seriously. So yeah, I'd love your thoughts on Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club. How do you say that? Sergeant. That was the thing too. Back in '67, I wonder if it would be difficult for people to remember the album title because it wasn't your regular Revolver, Rubber Soul, A Hard Day's Night. It was Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like the video and leave a comment below. Goodbye.